The Jamaica Creative Expo and the Island Music Conference was held at the Courtly Auditorium, which reminded Jamaicans that the future of music goes beyond the stage. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV News Report, and we'll be right back with the full details to come. Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. This is the Links 007 TV News Report. Hundreds turned out to be a part of Jamaica Creative Expo and the Island Music Conference held at the Courtly Auditorium on Wednesday. This gave the opportunity for current musicians and aspiring musicians to see how the business actually works. It also provided an opportunity for content creators to build on their craft. The Jamaica Creative Expo and Island Music Conference reminded attendees that the future of music goes beyond the stage. It includes publishing, ownership, digital renovation, and entrepreneurship. Those are part of the panel discussion during this segment were Jeffrey, Spice, Noah Power, and Wayne Marshall. They all gave their own respective opinions based on their background, with Spice being a recording artist and Jeffrey being a podcaster.
Yeah. Whole heap of big personalities. This conversation I go live. It not go boring. It I go have energy. You understand? So I want to start by welcoming everybody to the first panel discussion at Island Music Conference. I think that deserves a round of applause in itself. So today's conversation is about something that we are all participating in, whether we realize it or not. And that is a thing called attention. Because today attention is currency. But influence alone doesn't guarantee success. The real power is turning the influence into ownership, is turning followers into customers, in turning reach into revenue. And today we have a panel of individuals who are not just influencers, but they are entrepreneurs in their own right who have done exactly that. So I'm going to introduce again the panelists in no particular order. I'll start with the man who has created a digital media empire, through podcasting and YouTube. The man who is never afraid to be the bad guy, Mr. Controversial himself, Jay Frey. Wow. And to my right, we have Becca Dudley. You know Becca Dudley, don't it? She studied fashion and photography, but rose to prominence on MTV UK as a host and a presenter. She's known for Deadly, a music and culture platform that is focused on dancehall and reggae with a little sprinkle of global music. Am I correct?
Correct.
Make some noise for Becca Dudley. We have content creator, actor, promoter, DJ, selector who understands how to move not just crowds, but culture, and how influence lives both online and offline. Noah Power.
Yo. Morning.
She is not just one of the most recognizable faces in dancehall globally. She has turned her brand into businesses, television, international influence. The queen of dancehall, Spice. So we're going to jump right into it in a Spice. I know one of the time them we did a hope say Pumpkin Ginger did I go make an appearance today, but how that go?
I left her at home. She's not here. Wait, what are the wrong accent that me answer now?
Yeah.
Pumpkin Ginger there, Spice there today.
She had try come out though. Pumpkin Ginger try come out. But anyway, Spice, I could jump straight into the reasoning, yeah? Because
So why you start with me?
you know why? I gotta tell you why. Because you are like a case study in influencer entrepreneurship. You are a case study in that because you have done it so well, so easily. You have moved from artist to You have your own hair brand. You have your own clothing line. You expanded to reality TV, which has expanded your global reach. You are a case study. We could have talked about Spice for this whole entire hour, right? So I want to start with you, the origin stories, right? So tell me something. When did you first realize that your influence had value beyond just popularity?
Well, first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. And to answer your question, the first time I realized that my influence had value and not just popularity, I think was when I started to travel outside of Jamaica and I started to see the amount of people that would come out to my shows. So a promoter book you for an event, they charge a certain fee, whether it's 50 US or whatever, and the multitude of people that show up to come and see just me, that made me realize that I have an influence or an impact. Especially the brand that I have created, the color blue with my hair, clothing. I think when I start to see it going to events and people just coming out in blue and the girls coming out in blue here, that kind of made me realize that, yeah, the influence is there outside of just popularity.
Okay, nice. So Becca, let me ask you a similar question. Was there a specific moment when you said, social media, this could be a business for me?
Yeah, I mean, hi everyone, first of all. But yeah, I think my career is kind of split into two, right? So there's like me as a DJ and a presenter, and then I have my page, which is Becca Dudley, and that's what I started growing first. And then a little bit later down the line, once I got a bit of a following online, I then launched Deadly, which is, I guess it's still a work in progress, I would say. So yeah, I think I realized that I had some sort of influence at one point. I think I was maybe a few years into my career. I had been on MTV and a few other channels. I had a reggae show on a local radio station, and I had like a lot of artists coming from Jamaica to the UK asking to have interviews with me, but no one knew like what channel or what it was. They just were like, I want to be interviewed by her. So somebody came to me, he was from One Extra actually, and he was like, Becca, what you've got is very powerful. People want to be interviewed by you. It's not a channel, it's not a radio station. So he was like, you should create your own brand and build that. Rather than you trying to go to a station or a channel, build your own thing so that people will come to you. And so that's when I kind of realized that I had something going on there. So then I started building Deadly, which is a reggae and dancehall predominantly video platform.
So that is crucial because you used your initial influence, your initial Becca Dudley, to then leverage that platform to create something that you own. And that is what we're here talking about, how we can convert just being an influencer to being an influencer entrepreneur, owning something that will pay you long term as opposed to just brand deal to brand deal. So Noah Power, what was the first, you'd say, money where you make from your influence?
Well, I started playing music in Jamaica as a DJ. So, at that time I get like 500 to 1,000 Jamaican dollars. So, migrate to New York, playing sound, getting 150, 200, until you yourself, like, you start put yourself to different level where your influence, it assured, it a payoff now where a promoter call you and this time you're brave up and you say, yo, I want $1,000. And that promoter said yes. You understand? So at that point now, I say, all right, so I have influence on promoters and also the fans. So when me even go places, and people come out to see and people are big you up and hype you up and something, I say, okay, so at least I know I start from somewhere and I build my thing to a level where people love me, so that's the influence being put out to people where I say, yo, I reach.
So Jeffrey, what was the beginning for you? Because the street have it say, I know a power bossy,
Nobody says that. I mean, bossy that.
Eh? Are you bossy that?
I mean, bossy, man. I mean, bossy.
No, man,
Him no want to tell nobody, but I mean, bossy.
Are you boss Jeffrey?
Alright, so me give him the first boss.
Yeah.
And then him come get the bigger bus now.
Yeah.
With the podcast thing. But
man,
the early stage, him not like hear the truth.
No, that's
still,
not
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Yo, that's not true. First and foremost, big up to everybody. Big up to Shaggy. First and foremost, the journey started from Casey. So as juveniles, we keep some big party. I get like some 2,000 people as some juveniles. And then if you remember Tuani is a youth who used to live on the road. So you start with the comedy skits. I promote my own party them. And then from there, so we'll go into more comedy. Then we go New York. But when I go New York, I was already somebody. So if a man want to say, hey, make me get New York.
In every
That's
career,
fine.
in every career you have somebody, but then you have the person
All right,
who
so you're a
push you
boss.
to the level there.
You're a boss at the MTA. You see me, the JUTC was done there already. You understand? So no bother with that. And then, I mean, I just did feel like say comedy never there make enough money. You see me? Me never know nobody who they like live off of comedy. And then me I know how I do I chat people. So we end up must say, you know what? All right then, boy, I'm a love people business, you see me?
Yeah.
And we'll have some conversations about nothing. Like the conversation is like is a rat and a mouse the same thing or whatever the case may be, and it lasts for like 2 hours. I say, you know, we'll do a podcast, and then we start a podcast with this guy named Niggas, and then over the time it just grew. And then with Toxic Thought now, that's the more controversial side.
Yeah.
Again, we mix up. You see me? So even though we love the music, we love the drama too. So we just separate them, and that's how it starts.
Let me ask you something, Jeffrey, because something I admire about your style of interviewing. I noticed that you don't ever have cue cards or you just go in.
Yeah, I would chat people. So if you want to know the mix up, me no need I remember everything.
Yo.
And before the interview them, him call me sometime.
Yeah.
I would chat people.
Yeah. All right. Good morning, everybody. How the feeling? Yeah. Whole heap of big personalities. This conversation I go live. It not go boring. It I go have energy. You understand? So I want to start by welcoming everybody to the first panel discussion at Island Music Conference. I think that deserves a round of applause in itself. So, today's conversation is about something that we are all participating in, whether we realize it or not. And that is a thing called attention. Because today, attention is currency. But influence alone doesn't guarantee success. The real power is turning the influence into ownership, is turning followers into customers, in turning reach into revenue. And today we have a panel of individuals who are not just influencers, but they are entrepreneurs in their own right who have done exactly that. So I'm going to introduce again the panelists in no particular order. I'll start with the man who has created a digital media empire, through podcasting and YouTube. The man who is never afraid to be the bad guy, Mr. Controversial himself, Jay Frey.
Wow.
And to my right, we have Becca Dudley. You know Becca Dudley, don't it? She studied fashion and photography, but rose to prominence on MTV UK as a host and a presenter. She's known for Deadly, a music and culture platform that is focused on dancehall and reggae with a little sprinkle of global music. Am I correct?
Correct.
Make some noise for Becca Dudley. We have content creator, actor, promoter, DJ, selector who understands how to move not just crowds, but culture, and how influence lives both online and offline. Noah Power.
Yo. Morning.
She is not just one of the most recognizable faces in dancehall globally. She has turned her brand into businesses, television, international influence. The queen of dancehall, Spice. So we're going to jump right into it in a Spice. I know one of the time them we did a hope say Pumpkin Ginger did I go make an appearance today, but how that go?
I left her at home. She's not here. Wait, what are the wrong accent that me answer now?
Yeah.
Pumpkin ginger there, Spice there today.
She had try come out though. Pumpkin Ginger try come out. But anyway, Spice, I could jump straight into the reasoning, yeah? Because
So why you start with me?
you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you are like a case study in entrepreneur, in influencer entrepreneurship. You are a case study in that because you have done it so well, so easily. You have moved from artists to you have your own hair brand, you have your own clothing line, you expanded to reality TV, which has expanded your global reach. You are a case study. We could have talked about Spice for this whole entire hour, right? So I want to start with you, the origin stories, right? So tell me something. When did you first realize that your influence had value beyond just popularity?
Well, first of all, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. And to answer your question, the first time I realized that my influence had value and not just popularity, I think was when I started to travel outside of Jamaica and I started to see the amount of people that would come out to my shows. So a promoter book you for an event, they charge a certain fee, whether it's 50 US or whatever, and the multitude of people that show up to come and see just me, that made me realize that I have an influence or an impact. Especially the brand that I have created, the color blue with my hair, clothing. I think when I start to see it going to events and people just coming out in blue and the girls coming out in blue here, that kind of made me realize that, yeah, the influence is there outside of just popularity.
Okay, nice. So Becca, let me ask you a similar question. Was there a specific moment when you said, social media, this could be a business for me?
Yeah, I mean, hi everyone, first of all. But yeah, I think my career is kind of split into two, right? So there's like me as a DJ and a presenter, and then I have my page, which is Becca Dudley, and that's what I started growing first. And then a little bit later down the line, once I got a bit of a following online, I then launched Deadly, which is, I guess it's still a work in progress, I would say. So yeah, I think I realized that I had some sort of influence at one point. I think I was maybe a few years into my career. I had been on MTV and a few other channels. I had a reggae show on a local radio station, and I had like a lot of artists coming from Jamaica to the UK asking to have interviews with me, but no one knew like what channel or what it was. They just were like, I want to be interviewed by her. So somebody came to me, he was from One Extra actually, and he was like, Becca, what you've got is very powerful. People want to be interviewed by you. It's not a channel, it's not a radio station. So he was like, you should create your own brand and build that. Rather than you trying to go to a station or a channel, build your own thing so that people will come to you. And so that's when I kind of realized that I had something going on there. So then I started building Deadly, which is a reggae and dancehall predominantly video platform.
So that is crucial because you used your initial influence, your initial Becca Dudley, to then leverage that platform to create something that you own. And that is what we're here talking about, how we can convert just being an influencer to being an influencer entrepreneur, owning something that will pay you long term as opposed to just brand deal to brand deal. So Noah Power, what was the first, you'd say, money where you make from your influence?
Well, I started playing music in Jamaica as a DJ. So, at that time I get like 500 to 1,000 Jamaican dollars. So, migrate to New York, playing sound, getting 150, 200, until you yourself, like, you start put yourself to a different level where your influence, it assured, it a payoff now where a promoter call you, and this time you're brave up and you say, yo, I want $1,000. And that promoter said, yes. You understand? So at that point now, I say, all right, so I have influence on promoters and also the fans. So when me even go places, and people come out to see and people are big you up and hype you up and something, I say, okay, so at least I know I start from somewhere and I build my thing to a level where people love me, so that's the influence being put out to people where I say, yo, I reach.
So Jeffrey, what was the beginning for you? Because the street have it say, and Noah Power bossy,
Nobody says that.
I mean, bossy that.
Eh? Are you bossy that?
I mean, bossy, man. I mean, bossy.
No,
Eh?
man,
Him no want to tell nobody, but I mean, bossy.
Are you boss Jeffrey?
All right, so me give him the first bus.
Yeah.
And then him come get the bigger bus now.
Yeah.
With the podcast thing. But
man,
the early stage, him not like hear the truth.
No, that's not true. Oh my God. Yo, that's not true. First and foremost, big up to everybody. Big up to Shaggy. First and foremost, the journey started from Casey. So as juveniles, where I keep some big party, I get like some 2,000 people as some juveniles. And then if you remember Tuani is a youth who used to live on my road, so you start with the comedy skits. I promote my own party them, and then from there, so we'll go into more comedy. Then I go New York, but when I go New York, I was already somebody. So if a man want to say, it make me get New York.
In every career, you have somebody, but then you have the person.
All right, so you're a boss.
To the level there.
You're a boss at the MTA. You see me, the JUTC was done there already. You understand? So no bother with that. And then, I mean, I just did feel like say comedy never there make enough money. You see me? Me never know nobody who they like live off of comedy. And then me and Noah I would do a chat people. So we end up must say, you know what? All right then, boy, means I'm gonna love people business, you see me?
Yeah.
We'll have some conversations about nothing. Like the conversation is like, is a rat and a mouse the same thing or whatever the case may be, and it lasts for like 2 hours. I'm gonna say, we'll do a podcast, and then we'll start a podcast with this guy named Nigos, And then over the time, it just grew. And then with Toxic Thought now, that's the more controversial side.
Yeah.
Again, we mix up. You see me? So even though we love the music, we love the drama too. So we just separate them, and that's how it starts.
Let me ask you something, Jeffrey, because something I admire about your style of interviewing. I noticed that you don't ever have cue cards, or you just go in.
Yeah, I would chat people. So if you want to know the mix up, me don't need I remember everything.
Yo.
And before the interview them, him call me sometime.
Yeah.
I would chat people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and then how me go to work is like enough time you are depend on Uber drive from the airport to wherever you go, and you and the Uber driver talk for, you know, and by the time you're done you feel like you know him. So it's just simple as that. So it's like a playing cover. So enough time me interview somebody and they're like, yo, you never know that. It's not my job to know, it's your job to tell me. You know, it's never my job to know, it's for you to tell me. Act like I'm the audience who don't know you, and you tell me something so them can't hear it. So that's how the style of me go with.
Yeah, no, that is definitely one of your superpowers. You always ask the right question them at the right moment. All right, we could talk about building influence, because I'm sure we have a lot of upcoming content creators out there who want to know, you know, how we have managed to get the followings that we have and do what we do. So my question is, what builds influence faster today? Talent, consistency, or personality? What would you say?
Well, Jay, we had this conversation already, you know.
What was your answer?
No, me and Jeffrey and Major Hype had this conversation already about the
Variables,
consistency.
yeah. Talent,
And
consistency, or personality.
so we was going back and forth. Me and Jay was saying like a certain people name that was called. We were saying it's talent.
Like who?
No, I'm not calling him.
Call him though.
I'm not calling him. So we had a conversation where we arguing back and forth. You understand? And you know, Major Hype is saying, you know, the talent is not there anymore. So my take was like, I just feel like if you're doing good and people love you, you understand, whatever you're doing, that's your talent.
True.
You understand? And he's saying, yo, that's not real talent. You understand? So I feel like it comes hand in hand. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's more easier now where you don't really have a talent. You understand? Because
What do you consider
can-
talent? What do you consider talent?
See, that's the way of the argument. So, what you consider talent?
Listen, from me I pay your bills, then you're talented, bro. But I want talent itself. That's why you get a credit score. The credit score shows you're talented, you know, when you pay your bills.
Spice, you
on
agree?
time. May I tell you?
Not really. That's not a talent.
Alright, so I'm asking a question. You think Ludo Uzi Vert, you think him talented?
I mean, to name drop and call a name like that, it wouldn't be something for me to fairly
Marks,
answer,
no.
because I may not be a fan, but somebody here would be a fan of him and think he's super talented.
Yeah, so that
So-
means I say, like, when you look on music, people used to think, say, there's a bag of lyrics is talented, but you still, when you go in front of a crowd, it doesn't move the crowd. But a man who know how to use a rhythm,
Right.
say the right thing at the right time, have 100,000 people jumping, that's talent. But a man who say, oh, him not say nothing much, him not talented. So I'm saying it's just, I think it's very subjective on what is talent.
My answer would definitely be that I feel like social media has evolved and changed a lot of things that's happening right now, and I feel like personality would lead over a talent. And the reason why I personally say that is because, for example, I'm going to speak in the field of music because I'm a musician, even though I'm also an entrepreneur, but you have some talented people in a music, then whether they are spit lyrics, and everybody knows that, yeah, they're bad. But somebody else will just have a wicked personality where we make you laugh or we make you fall in love with them, and we just be more like real and to themselves and whatever, and people will buy into the personality and them necessarily not a talent.
Right.
You understand? So a whole heap of people have a lot of following right now, not because they're talented, but because they're entertaining as well, and because them, for some reason, you know. So it's like, for me, I feel like social media take it to a place where a personality sell, personality people buy into. Cause people just go up on them phone and decide, say, you know, some I like him, you know, some I like her, but once you give them a personality for them fall in love with, then you can, you know, probably lead them down the funnel if you have a business or something, and they will buy from you just cause them like you.
Right, yeah.
I have a slightly different take on it, I think, to these guys. Because I think it's definitely important to have personality and talent. But there are a lot of people who have personality and talent who don't have a big following. And that's because they don't have consistency. And I think at this point, it's so annoying and I hate it. But the social media platforms have programmed the algorithm to favor people who are posting consistently every single day so that we don't get off of the apps, so that we're constantly on them, so that they're making money. And that's really like the formula. So I think like if you have consistency, that's the thing that's going to get you noticed. And then the talent and the personality are kind of like the extra sprinklings on top that are going to get you that little bit further than the others. But yeah, I see so many incredible artists and creators who are just not consistent with it and they're not getting as far, you know?
No, that's all great answers. And I think
I think because I've asked a whole heap of talented artists and DJ from long time, and they're still non-boss and they're consistent. So it kind of go hand in hand.
Yeah, you know, I think it's a combination of the three: a little talent, consistency, and personality. But if you can have all three of them, which there's no issue in having all three, that is the actual thing where gonna get you in the real space then with the real following. Because if you have talent, if you have the personality and the consistency, you're gonna lead.
And I think, go ahead. All right, but go ahead. All right. Okay. And I think I want to add into that to say that you also have to know how to leverage social media, since that's what we're talking about, and teaching people how to kind of use social media and use their influence. So on top of being consistent, on top of having talent and all of that, you have to know how to use the social media. So for example, if you become an entrepreneur, you have to know how to market your product, how to sell it, and how to get people to, want it, like it, and want to buy it. Because you have to learn how to lead people down the funnel, which is why every morning, wake up and see me on social media, I go come with something. I want to know if you see me, so you have to know how to use social media to your advantage as well.
Spice, let's talk about some of the ventures that you have used social media to promote, which you own. Because yes, a regular that's the difference, A regular influencer promote people products, but a influencer entrepreneur owns the product that they're promoting, so they stand to earn and gain a lot more. So what ventures do you have that you've used social media to leverage?
Well, everybody know me as an artist already, so I'm going to speak about my business that I have called Grassy Noir, which is I also use social media to leverage that business. So as an entrepreneur, I've created a clothing brand. Many people know that I've had it called Spicy Couture before, and it was on Mall Plaza for a few years. I've had a chain of that restaurant. One was in Montego Bay. One was in Maypen. It was all over Jamaica. And then I realized that, my fans, our audience, also wanted to get the products that was in Canada, UK, for example. So I created an online brand and I changed the name and I call it Grassy Noir. Now, in leveraging my business, what I notice is that people now go see something and buy it right away. So you have to learn how to lead your customers down the funnel. And down the funnel, I mean, like, people have to see the product like 3 times before they decide to go buy it. Just like you as a customer, when you see something, you're not sure if you make up your mind. That's how you have to think about your business as well. So I like to say there's 3 things. They see it and they will say, I like it, I want it, and them I go buy it. So that's where the consistency come in. If them see a dress, you have to keep on a post the dress in a many different ways. For them look on it from the front, from the side, from the back, for decide if them are going to want it before them buy it. So you just have to study and know how to use social media when it comes to entrepreneurship and to get your business across so that you can start making money from your business. And that's something that I've learned how to master, because I realize when you're online, people want to know what the product look like, what it feel like. So you make video, not just photos, because people want to see how it look on a person, not just a still picture. So different ways to market your brand and stuff when it comes on to like having a business and an entrepreneur and using social media. There's so many different multiple apps that you can use as well that can help you to generate an income. For example, one of my favorite apps is called ManyChat. What I've noticed is that because I'm a one-woman army and I don't have a multitude of employees like a Amazon or something like that, I will get like an app called ManyChat, which respond for me when people comment on the page. So you set it up and it generates a automatic response. So there's a lot of things that you can do when it comes to social media, finding out the apps and stuff that can help you to make sales.
Awesome. Now give her a round of applause. I'm so glad that Spice was able to come. And I want to tell you there's a backstory to it. So Spice and Noah Power were both in New York. And if you know what going, if you follow the news, you know that is a big blizzard that go on in New York. Whole heap of flights cancelled. Last night, they jumped on a 2 a.m. flight, fly through the night, and land at 6 a.m. Right now, them hotel room door even ready. Them come here, them they drink no tea from morning. Give them a round of applause for making a very special effort to be here to present.
Hold on. Me get a room, me bed. No one a bed.
Jeez.
No one ever get film room.
Wow. Wow. Yo, Jaja. No, Osh, it rough. But it's the life of an influencer entrepreneur. I just saw the thing set. You have to make certain sacrifice. Jeffrey, how is it that you have been able to leverage Toxic Talk, let's be honest, and the other things that you do to create business, to create income for yourself? How you monetize?
Repeat that again.
How have you been able to monetize based on your platforms? What methods do you use to
just sell ads? Anytime people link me and say them want them on the show, I just tell them my big money, isn't it?
Yeah.
But a question I want to ask you though.
Yeah.
Why you keep on calling people influencers? Like, what's an influencer? I really don't know.
What's an influencer? You
Yeah.
know, I'm glad you asked.
That's a Google.
Because I have it.
GPT.
I have it right here. Yes, chat.
Yeah, tell me.
So,
Chat
listen,
GPT.
right? An influencer is someone who can affect what people think, feel, or do based on trust and attention.
So everybody's an influencer.
Basically, but not everybody.
Are just popular more than some.
Exactly. People have different levels of reach.
Yeah, but I feel like said that's just not a term we should use. Because if you think about it, what I say, Rihanna is one of the most influential persons in the world, correct? And I would never call Rihanna an influencer. She's a musician.
Rihanna is a musician, but she definitely can be classified as an influencer.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, read back what you just read a while ago.
Read it.
It never tell us you have to influence 10 people, 100 people. So if I influence anybody, I'm an influencer. If I trim anybody, I'm a barber.
Yeah.
So I don't trim people, so I'm not a barber. You understand?
No.
So I'm saying we need to stop lead with this person is an influencer because they're on social media. If I should tell you where I get my influence from, I tell you them rich, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I'm a thief, not people things. But my point is this. They're the influencers because they're influencing me and I'm influencing somebody else. No, I know enough skit all the while. All the while I'm writing skit them.
Yeah.
You know that, right? But I'm not taking no credit.
Yeah.
Cool. So I feel like we have to lead with their actual profession first. For instance, Spice is influential no matter what. But she's a musician first.
Yeah. So
to call Spice an influencer is just like what is she influencing? And then how I was talking to you, sir. And then how do we gauge how much you're influencing? Because again, look at it now, right? You will have an artist. How do you weigh influence? Because you have an artist now where him not sell 1 million copies. But if he put on a shirt, the shirt I gonna sell 1 million times. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
A Post Malone is not as influential as a Travis Scott. Are you saying that Post Malone is not influential? No. But Post Malone and Travis Scott, they're musicians first. So if the influence come after, it just come after. Which it gonna come, because that's just natural.
no, don't get me wrong, it's something when me fight with too, Spice. Because I remember
I don't fight with it. I know the difference.
but you see, the thing is, we are come from before the word influencer is a thing. Me and you,
But
boss.
we have been influencers before the word became popular. That's
Right.
the difference.
Right, but my problem-
Just like a Vibes Cartel, for example, that was there before social media.
Yeah.
When them man, they say, Clark Sellout. That's an influencer.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be like a Shaggy because Shaggy is the only person that is selling certain numbers and stuff. So he's influencing me as a musician who don't reach his level of numbers. So that's him influencing the music. So there's a difference with, yes, you can be a musician because you have a lot of artists that are musicians, but they're not influencers.
Right.
So them just sing song, but them not influence nobody if it go buy Clarks or buy this or be like a Shaggy or whatever. So you still have to understand and we don't want to confuse the people them. You can be a singer, but you can also be an influencer. Rihanna, the name that you brought up, when she came out, a long tall ear people, they do want to cut them ear in a little short Rihanna style because she influenced them to do that. So that's influencing. And to use back myself, when I go on my show, them every gal have on a blue ear and a blue wig, that is me influencing. So I'm still an influencer.
Yeah, and I never said that. I said everybody is an influencer. Now, let me just use Noah. Let me use Noah as an example, right? Noah.
Yeah.
You the music. For everybody who don't know, Noah do music and have some big song. But Noah is more of a DJ more than anything, right?
Yeah.
Are you telling me right now, so you never influence big artists for copy your style?
Yeah.
So again, but nobody have Noah as an influencer in the music realm. So for instance, Shaggy, you mentioned Shaggy. I'm sure Shaggy can find some song where I say, oh, that man teach my whole flow. Me influence that. The Migos.
Him influencing someone.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying the term influencer can go for anybody in this. Your mother is an influencer.
No, it is a very nuanced.
That's all I'm saying, you know. So
It's
why
very
are we
broad.
calling people influence? Wayne Marshall influence somebody. Everybody in this room.
But
has
that's what we're
influenced somebody.
saying. So hold on. There is influencers sitting in here, you know. They might not be as popular as me, but is there an influencer in here that is sitting in the audience that put up your hand so we can show him the difference? Look, there's no light in the audience. There's influencers in the house with us, not because they're not on the panel. So can one influencer walk forward, please? Will we bust an influencer today? Because you can be an influencer, you just don't have a popularity. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Hello. What's your name? What's your name?
I like a king.
I like a king. What do you do?
I'm an influencer. I'm a music artist, dancer, influencer. I love everything.
You don't have to stop. You can come. We're going to bust some influencer. Come on. What about you? What's your name?
One class, never few. Hi, who?
See, I see the house going crazy, but I've never met you before. So tell me more. And that's just exactly an example of what I'm saying. Now, because we're on the panel and we're popular or more popular, that doesn't mean there's not influencers here, or aspiring influencers who aspire to be like a Spice, a Shaggy, or a Jeffrey. So tell us more about your influencing, please.
Yes, some of you guys may know me for the election that I lost. Some of you guys may know me for when I shave my beard. I want to laugh after me there so too. Right? I'm on the radio now. I'm a TikToker. Sometimes I'm ashamed to say it, but yes, I'm a TikToker. I make social media content. Yeah, as what Jay do, I chat people business. You know, he influenced me.
We got to put the point across because we're here to learn. So you hear what the man said? Him said, Jeffrey, influence. So you are a? Thank you very much. Give it up for these people. Thank you so much. Thank you.
But Spice, him did say everybody is an influencer.
Well, I know. But love that. Hey, Spice, in a next life, you could be a teacher, you know, or a lecturer, you know. You know, now, my little. So, well, I know.
That's what I said.
Him say more say something to Spice.
Alrighty, so you're an influencer too? One more influencer then.
And me said Jamaica is a big deal and everything else a small fry and side order. Pot cover!
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Me know what them gonna say. You're gonna make Shaggy them not carry me back on the panel. Me not supposed to do this, you know. Okay, quickly.
KFC, I'm looking for that Dr. Pepper moment.
Yeah.
I love it. Big up KFC, one of our sponsors here today. That was lovely.
Yeah, no, well.
I remember Jeffrey never liked me from morning, you know. I know I'm nice.
Don't say that.
You
That's
see,
not true.
no, man, I feel
That's
like.
not true.
feel like Spice are up on the couch sometime soon, you know.
No, ask her why she not up on the couch. That ever ask her.
One different story that.
One different story that. All right, I feel like it's the right time for ask now. What mistakes do you see young influencers in Jamaica and the Caribbean making?
Are you coming to me?
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Hold on. Becca, please hold your thought. Yeah. I have to make this announcement? Huh?
Oh, this.
Okay. All right, sorry. Blocking the front and need to be moved very urgently. A white Toyota Probox 0713KQ and a silver Honda CRV 9489LJ. It have to move right now. Record go come next. So let's do the right thing, all right? All right. You held your thought?
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, not to bang on about consistency, but consistency, again, it's probably the biggest mistake that I've seen is that people just don't stick to it enough for long enough. But to be honest, I don't mean to flip the question, but genuinely, I'm super impressed by a lot of Jamaican creators. Like, I've seen so many people do really innovative ideas, like Anna, the designer who makes incredible dresses out of random pieces. She's incredible, isn't she?
Yeah.
And then the stylist, Champagne, she's just started a series where she is looking back at reggae legends and how they used to dress. And then she's saying how she would dress them today. And she's got mood boards going and it's super creative and innovative. And I always look forward to her dropping new ones. There's loads of really, I think, inspiring Jamaican creators. So I've not seen a bunch of issues, to be honest, other than consistency. I don't know about you guys.
What you'd say? You see any creators out there making mistakes where you can say, boy, Jano?
Yeah, them care about corporate too much.
Sell out style.
Yeah, don't listen. Do a spice though. Find a product. Do not care about corporate. Them just go use you, which is fine, because them pay you. But when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. So enough time I see enough people that try to appease the corporate and it's just like, bro, build your own fan base, bro. You see me? Build your own fan base. No matter what, you'll get this one-time money, or if they want to work with them, but build your fan base. Because outside of that check, you have to make your own check. You have your own bills.
Yeah.
Wait, so now? Wait, so go?
Huh?
Wait, so go?
No.
Tell the man where you say stuff whisper it to me. Talk and tell
No,
him.
but for real, but enough time me do like panels like this and it's just like, them I tell people say, yo, try for build media friendly and corporate friendly. Do what you want for the bro. And at the end of the day, there's a space for every single thing. Think about it. Me interview politicians, but me interview some other people. You understand? And there's a space for both of them. Now, people have me as a toxic guy, which is crazy because me the toxic talk like probably twice a month, if so much, but me I'm a toxic guy. And me have to just own that. So if a company don't see themselves like alignment with me, that's fine. But guess what? Me still have to make my money because me have my bills and my family to take care of. So please do not just make on the whole thing about like, yo, I want to get signed to whoever nephew or whoever party. Just do phone thing. You get where I'm coming from? And make phone money. So build a product. If you build a product, you have 100% ownership. You have full control. You just do your thing from there. So that's what I'm saying. Work with corporate, but work with yourself first.
So what's your end game? What you just say you have your dream business plan in the future?
What's your product?
Working on now?
What's my product?
Yeah.
No, I have enough things I work on. I'm gonna tell them I work on. First, I work on a hair product. Yeah. What do I tell you what they touch my head and I think I New York, but they are beer snow. And I link with this one. Yeah, I link with this one from New York and she build one product for me. So we have that both start. We have thing about going in clothing. Enough things.
Or you can get a product where, like, you definitely can start something where you get a product, or if you get a youth.
Wow. Jeffrey.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
When the discussion, hold on, Jeffrey. When the discussion done, just link me. Remember, I can tell you off.
No, it's not. That's fine. That's fine. Listen, that's just one of those things. When it's time, it's time.
Okay.
And I'm fairly young. Understand?
Fairly.
My
thing is,
don't rush it.
the biggest mistake I feel like influencers is doing like focusing on comments, like negative comments. You understand? You have to just leave them thing there alone. Like just, it hurt because we have feelings. We're a human being, you understand? And we have emotions, but you have to ignore them. You understand? Before you react to a comment, call your friend, somebody who you're close with, and talk to them about it.
Or get a burner page. Sometimes that I do, you know. Sometimes I mean, you know. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Get a burner page and answer them.
Burner page, that thing.
Yeah, you understand? Guys, trust me, sometimes you want to react to certain comment because it hurt. Like you see it and you say, Janos, that really. But you can't act to it because sometimes you go react to it. Remember, you are the star, you know. The person who, alright, nobody don't know them, you know. You go react to the comment, you know. You go say something wrong. The cancel culture where we're in right now, you might go say the wrong thing. And then you just get cancelled.
No, it's true, because I'm sure there are people out there, there are talented creators out there who make one comment through off them whole journey in a social media.
So what that happened to me?
Eh?
What that happened to me?
You're not busy with them.
Oh, okay.
Or you do it.
Exactly that. Doing business because people
I know everybody have the stomach like what him have. I'm going to talk to him about that all the time. Because me, I keep it real.
Yeah.
The things them where him say and do, me nah go say. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the people them. Like, no man, me know him troll them. Me call him sometime and say, Jay, leave it alone.
Yeah.
You're not who I want you. Me not care. Them a troll me, I troll them back.
Yeah, no, him not afraid. Him not afraid for be the bad guy. But no, people know you for talk your mind too.
No, me talk my mind, but me not really talk my mind to the level where him go, you understand? And me not really answer to people and argue. I don't do really social media beef where me and people are go back and forth and them something there. But me not gonna lie, me I keep it real. Sometimes you have to man up and us understand, so you have to answer certain things, because more time people are paint a picture of you where I know you that. Right. And then more time true you not defend yourself, the fans them feel like it's true and it's real. So sometimes you have to defend yourself, but you have to avoid the comment them sometime and just leave it alone still. Big up Spice, car.
Don't call me name.
Alright, I could talk about this now, because sometimes I look at some young creators, I'm going to see 2,000 followers, and then 2 posts later, I'm going to see 60,000 followers. Buy followers is a thing?
Yeah. That's when alright, if you see Jeffrey with 2,000 followers, and then next week you see him with 100. No, but I use it as an example. Yeah. And you see 100,000, you can know if it's fake or real. Just go in at the followers them, man.
Yeah, but my question is, does it help?
Yeah, so the brother, you don't know so much white people.
Does it? Yeah.
Where do so much Chinese people from?
Yeah.
Say, you can know. You understand? It's like you buy followers, but your likes them not match up to the followers.
The metrics now match up.
No.
So would you say it help or it hinder a young creator?
Definitely hinder. I would say it hinder, and the reason I say it's hinder, when you're an influencer, you want to make sure you have real people who follow you so you can turn them into customers. So if you start by the followers and these are fake people, and further down the line you want to sell something or sell a product, whether it be a music or you decide to be an entrepreneur and you come out with something, who is going to buy it if you don't have a real audience?
Yeah, and also it's easy to spot these things because all you have to do is just go to the Reels section and you can see how many views they get. And if they have 200,000 followers, but like 100 views on the videos, like brands can very easily do that. That's the first thing that I do when I see somebody that I don't know that has a big following. And so no one's going to buy into that. So yeah, I think it hinders as well.
So Spice, you have been around before even social media existed at this level.
So you can say it a different way?
Yeah.
So,
it's a different way.
So like you must say your whole.
No. Member say no. Member say
it's
no.
a different way.
Member say people, when they see me and Gracie, we are come from some little youth where cassette days and
so bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad. It don't so bad, Jeffrey, not do that. But Spice was just the little girl who was a bad DJ, where full of energy and full of zest, and you know what I'm saying, and for see where you reach now. You know, I mean, me not try all you because you understand, but you do the do. You do the do. And my question is, how different is it building influence today versus building influence back them time there?
Well, I've had the privilege of watching the evolution when it comes down to social media, and I feel like the difference is definitely social media. Back then, when I started out, because 25 years is not a walk in the park, I'm super proud of myself to still be relevant to this day, starting from 1999.
Congratulations on your most recent #1 iTunes entry.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's three of them still, you know.
Which
three
is
song
now,
we
which
drop,
is-
we're gonna
No, but as I say, how current you are, because
Yes.
it's actually now. It has
relevant
right.
to today, yes.
Yeah,
To still be relevant after 25 years. It's not a small thing. It's a very big thing.
True.
So yeah, I'm super proud of that. But just to answer your question, I am very honored to have watched the evolution of social media. And it's super easier now than it was back then. Because you have the likes of just having your phone, can go up on TikTok or Instagram, whether Snapchat or whatever the social media platform. And somebody can just blow up overnight because of viral moments where just spread like wildfire. Back in the days, I remember when I used to literally have to walk, go different stage shows just to get my songs to play in a one party or one event. Or I burn CDs and I burn up whole heap of thousands of CD and I go Ochi, go drop off some in the square to the taxi man them and the bus man them and I drive, go Montego Bay and I drive round just to, cause that's really how I promoted like a Summer Like It. When I was promoting that song, I used to burn CDs and drive around the whole of Jamaica and go drop it off and make sure that every CD man have it a play one corner. That's how I promoted. Now, I can go on my phone, have my song released, just post it on TikTok, make my little videos and content and stuff. So it's pretty much easier now. And I'm, happy to have been a part of both worlds. But I think it's super easier now that you have so many social media platforms.
I feel like it's easier, but like a person like Spice, I don't feel like it easy because you got an extra mile sometime to get your thing out there. Like the other day when you put up the video, when you drop the new single, you paint your face in a blue. It takes, a whole heap of work that, I tell you, I be real with you. It take a lot of work, like, for getting character, for like, yo, I go post this today. So, you understand? So, I feel it's easier now, but it depends on the person and the content where you want to put out. You understand? Because we cannot stick up a phone and just say what we say, put it out, and we hope say it go viral, so people can like we and say, all right, Ray, but then, for a person like us, a major hype, get up and put on the this and the that and make a content about Mitzi. So it's levels, it's different. It's easy for a lot of people, but it takes a lot of work for a lot more people.
Yeah, and also it's so saturated with creators now and influencers. Like, it's easier in a way to get access to more people, but because there are so many people trying to do the same thing and trying to like break through, you have to have something really special, right? So I think I don't know, I started quite early. Well, I haven't been in the game for as long as you guys, but I started in 2012, so that was 13 years ago, and it was the year that Instagram launched, and I do find it was way easier to pop off then because, influencing was like a brand new thing, whereas now I think it's harder. Like, you have to really think outside the box because everyone's doing the same thing.
There's so much competition.
Yeah. So,
Market is competitive.
yeah, for sure. So you have to have something that makes you really stand out, I think.
Spice, remember say you had a case study of this thing,
Every minute.
Yeah. No. But
go ahead.
What I want to know is what kind of team do you have in place to execute all of these ventures at the same time? Because you still have to focus on your artistry, your music, but then you have clothing line to run, you have your store there, so you have to have somebody who will represent you as an agent in your reality TV thing, assistants. What kind of team does a Spice have to be this successful and this diverse in the influencer space?
That's a very good question, but it's also one of the reasons why them not really like me, because I don't really have no big team. I just, me alone. I do everything and still manage to, be successful. I don't have a manager. I'm not signed to a record label. Big up Shaggy, who is here. I refer to him as my hero because I feel like at one point in my career, he kind of saved my career because I was just floating out of water, not even sure what to do because I couldn't even put out my music. So I really don't have a manager. I don't have a record label, and I'm not suggesting that that's the right way to go because somebody who has a record label or a management team would have probably go further because you have a team of people behind me. Me now, me have trust issues, so everybody is different. So when it comes down to a team of people, I don't have a team of people. What I do have, though, is something that they can never take away from me. It's my knowledge, which is inside here. So I know exactly what to do, when to do it, where to go, what to put out, what kind of music to sing. Me write my own song them, me run my own business, and that's really what they can't take away from me, no matter what them do. So I would suggest everyone to learn for yourself, whatever business you choose to do, make sure you yourself learn it, because you can hire somebody and them say them not feel to come and work today. But as long as you know how to run your business, them can't take away that from you. So that's just one of my main things that I keep dear to my heart. I try to learn everything. I see a lot of new things coming out right now, where they're using AI, and I'm always busy. I say, wait. So you try to tell me, say, me can dip on a plane, and somebody, I make one video, and I do an interview, or I do a drops for a radio station, or I talk to somebody. So now me have to go learn how to use the AI, because them now left me out of the egg, me have to in the red. Yeah. So there's our stuff where you have to learn as you go along, so that you can run your own show and business. But to answer your question, creating content is very difficult. The team that I use to create my content, I have a good makeup artist, I have a good hairstylist, I have a good stylist, a good business manager, and myself. We go out, we create the content. I plan and say, this is what I want to do. I have a videographer, editor, and I said, this is what I want to do. We create the content. Say that again, sir. You want to hear some of the bad and the negatives? No problem. It doesn't answer the question. So like how you have a question and you say you want to hear the bad and the negatives, I can definitely answer that as well.
No, we'll have the question and answer after, so you can hold the question. Yeah.
Okay, so I create that team and then we go out and we put the content together. And that's really how I've been creating all of my little social media contents to put them out.
Nice, nice. So all right, Noah, let me ask you this now. How important is influence in spaces that aren't social media, like live audiences? How important is influence in those spaces?
It's very important, because you can be an artist or a comedian, whatever your entertainment base is, and you're good on the social media, but then when you're in front of an audience like this, you can't make them laugh, you can't make them sing, you can't make them dance, you can't command them to do anything. You understand? So your personality at the same time, it play a big part. Because when I go to a party or a show, anything, a concert, whatever, I know that I could command this crowd. I know that I could tell them to do anything and them do it. So it's a big, big difference. You understand? When it's live, the live show you that of them. This is me. People love me because me I tell them to jump, them I jump. When you on social media, you just talk to the screen. I just pray and I hope, say, yo, people like this. But when people see you in person now, you don't know how to work the room, because your personality sucks.
Anybody else want to chime in on that? I mean, obviously, Spice would know how the command of the live audience that a year. Era. Me done with Blue Spice.
No, I mean, that's why I'm here. You can go ahead. That's fine.
No, it's fine. We're going to talk to Jeffrey Licker now. So Jeffrey, you have young people in the audience. My question to you is it true when them say controversy sells?
Well, I'm not knowing that because I'm not controversial. So, me they even know. I'm not controversial.
Why are you lying to these people when them come out for here? You teaching them.
Lying, man. Let's keep it real.
No,
you're my friend. You ever hear me get up one day and say, I'm going to say this, forget this reaction?
So it's levels of controversy. You have some controversy.
Myself.
No, you have some controversy where you know said that I go on and then Jeffrey got talk about it. He's not that type of person. He's not a person who like him try get a clout of something that's going on over there. So Shaggy says something and it go viral and Jeffrey jump on it. No, he's not that type of person. He's a controversial person who just knows say, yo, me I go start some problem because this podcast hot and run the place.
No, that's not true.
Stop it, man, and stop. Remember me, your friend, brother.
No, that's not true. No, that's not true for real. May I be honest with the people. When me I shoot, as Wayne said, I don't have any questions. I'm just talking. Uno just call it controversial, but I'm not trying to be controversial. So if I'm not trying to do something, I'm not that.
No, but when you talk to controversial people,
Them controversial.
by virtue of...
If you think about it, the majority of the clips them want to say me controversial is somebody beside me saying something. It's not me saying it. I'm not controversial. Huh? That's the job.
Jeffrey, me hear some of your opinions, and they have been quite controversial over the years.
Why? What? Give me one.
Yeah, give me an example, please.
Give me an example.
I don't know, like just even some of your perspectives on relationships, you're just kind of toxic sometimes.
Oh, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
That's controversial.
Me have one.
Yeah.
He hasn't interviewed me yet. He interviewed all for people, sit down in that chair
Why?
yet.
You want to know why?
There's no reason. I just haven't had the chance yet, but I'm going to go to interview him. So pretend say you're going to interview me. Watch your question where I'm going to choose. Ask me a question.
How does it feel to be the queen of dance?
You would ask me that? He wouldn't ask me that. He going to think of a question that he knows is going to cause and stir up the pot. We know him.
I'm going to be honest with you.
You know, that's not true. Wayne, me interview Wayne, I'm interview Noah. My first question to anybody is what you don't want me to ask you. True or false?
True.
I'm telling you.
But may I be real with the Spice? Him always tell me, say, if him interview you, him don't want you to be on,
Let's be honest.
Him say, you want him to do a toxic talk. Cause him know said that I gonna be crazy.
And the reason why, and the reason why is because when you did supposed to do, let's be honest, you're gonna do a different show. Tell the people them the truth. I have the emails.
And him a carry belly feet.
I was scheduled to do it.
Saying.
And something came up and I left Jamaica and we apologized to you. Did we not apologize
No,
to you?
I didn't get any apology. So
That you vexed with me for all along?
Yeah. It's just one of those things.
Give Jeffrey a
But no, personally, I know say some things when I say I gonna get ready, but I say it regardless.
Yeah.
So enough time people say, yo, are you the same person? Are you the same person in real life? And yes, I am the same person in real life.
Yeah,
so.
no, one thing I can say, you're definitely versed for mix up because here you interview Rosalie and you ask Rosalie everything about her life. And I said, then I saw Jeffrey, I love the mix up, man.
Him and Noah.
And the man on the paper or nothing, the man just know everything where I go. You're bad.
I think one thing I want to elaborate on is being yourself. And I think, like him say, he might be himself. So you're authentic, it come off naturally. Because you have some people them now be themselves when it comes on to, talking, interviewing, whatever. So I think because him be himself,
yes,
that's one of the most key things, to be authentic or to remain true to yourself. That's why I'm not a question. Because they mix up in my head.
Yeah.
But other than being yourself, be believable.
Believable.
Yeah, so sometimes you can be this calm person or whatever, but the people feel so you're this hype person and you always jump up and down, just do that too. So once you believe because sometimes, I'm sure you meet people before when you're like, yo, I never know so you stay, I think you did this and that, and he's like, yeah, but that's the job, that's the person I'm
yeah, because upon the interview, I think you mix up, but no, you're nice. You seem like you're nice. I never know so you stay.
So yeah. If you can't get the interview now.
It look like something I cook, All right. Remember asking you this now because the time at boiled down. Judith, how much time we have? Yeah, we definitely want to do a question and answer for sure. I'm going to ask you now, and anybody can jump on this question. What's the biggest financial mistake that you think you've made along the way?
I can answer that. I would say probably there's a few. One of them I would say is like trying to do absolutely everything by myself. So, for example, when I started Deadly, I was trying to do all the posting on Instagram, on YouTube, do the whole rollout, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. I'm spending so much time just doing that every day, like hours of just that kind of work, that I wasn't able to plan ahead. And I wasn't able to make a business plan. I wasn't able to strategize because I was spending so much time doing that. And then I just didn't want to delegate. I wanted to just do it all myself. So I think relinquishing that control, finding people that were like up for helping and wanted to be involved, and then getting a little team together that could help me execute, gave me so much space to actually start strategizing and reaching out to brands and getting into the business side of things. And I just think that I say that it was a financial mistake because I did that so much later than I could have done.
Yeah.
I kind of just went into it being like, la-di-da, this is going to be really fun, let's just do it. But I didn't think about it from a business strategy right from the get-go. So if I was to do it all again, that's what I would do.
Okay. That's fair. I like that. Noah, where I say a big financial mistake that you've made along the way?
It's something similar to what she's saying. You understand? I feel like one of the biggest mistakes me ever make, like financially, is like being selfish, not letting people in. You understand? Because sometimes you're watching the percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching. No, and it's
Spice another person with trust issues.
Yeah. So even like earlier, Spice said she 25 years she's doing it. You understand? So she's like, yo, she have the business in her head. You understand? But for the younger youths them who don't have 25 years, because within that 25 years she learn a lot.
Yeah, along the way.
You understand? Along the way. So she feel like, yo, I can do my thing myself, man. You understand? But I feel like for the younger youths them are in whatever you're doing, you have to let people in. You have to share. You understand? Because you have people out there who is good in that room over there, and you're trying to get in that room, but it's going to cost you. So you can't watch the percentage. You can't watch, say, okay, the person you're going to get 15 or 20%. You have to just understand that that person can take you to another level. You understand? So that's my biggest mistake, just being selfish and not letting people in.
Yeah. No, that deep, because I can identify with that too. I had this business manager that came in and he did want to sign, but it was like a 360. He want 20% of everything. My artist career, he want 20% of the social media thing, them, any brand deal, everything. I said, but then looking back, I wonder if he could have actually expanded the cake to where it would have make sense now. But I mean, you don't know, but
it's a 50-50 thing.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Jeffrey, any big financial mistakes?
I'm just make money with the year, so honestly.
No, I want to tell you, say the people them did.
Me not make it yet.
No, but the people them didn't say you make a financial mistake. The people them jump up and like them I watch your pocket when you buy the big beast. And them I say, oh, Jeffrey just bust and buy big beast.
Some of that joke argument, brother. Joke argument. Big joke argument. And that I want the youth them for no say, listen, money, enough money in this industry. Enough money. As I can say, as I said before, do fool nothing. Build fool no brand, put out on the content and monetize anything on yourself, and then everything else would fall in place. You get me? If I was a streamer, if you don't know Rakai, the young youth, if them youth they go buy a Lamborghini and foreign, it's nobody in America would be like, oh my God, you should have did this or did that, because them know the market is there.
Right.
The problem is in Jamaica, them feel like an influencer, not for have nothing.
Okay.
And then they want to talk about it. Them feel like say doctors and lawyers and engineers and all them people that alone for have things.
Right.
So if you did see another person in another field do it, it would be a thing. Like for instance, artists. You see an artist, most of Jamaican them go buy like a 3 series, and he's like, yo, I'm going to take your money and do this. Why? He's an artist. Artists make a ton of money. The market is so big. So certain things like that mean listen, nobody pay my bills but me. So, I have to just figure out my things. So, I'm going to say, but just to make money over there, so me not make none.
Yeah.
Me not make no bad decision yet. You understand?
Spice, quick, any financial decisions or financial mistakes where you can say, looking back, over the 25 years there, you must buck your toe a couple of times?
A lot of times. I have quite a few. One of them is used to try to save my way to wealth. You can't save your way to wealth. A lot of times, if you have a lot of money in the bank, thank you very much. You can't save your way to wealth. So if you have a lot of money in the bank, you need to learn how to make your money make money for you. So that is why you need to open up maybe a business, do an investment, stuff like that. But I used to have this thing back in the days where every time I make a look of money, I save and I watch it in at the bank and it just sit down in at the bank. That's not a good financial advice that I would give anyone. I would just tell them to learn how to use their money to make money. Create multiple streams of income so that you can have different businesses generating an income, and that's how you can, on your way to having wealth.
Yeah.
One of the biggest financial mistake I make was buying a house cash. That's something that I would never do again.
Oh.
I feel like you could take that cash and share it up into multiple different homes, and then You can either turn them into rental properties and have all of those properties generate and pay for themselves. So stuff like that. I've made a lot of mistakes financially, but that's one of my biggest ones.
What do you think about mortgage? You'd prefer to buy a house, clear the payment, or you'd pay mortgage? What do you think?
I mean, I've done both, but I'm saying when I did it at the time to use all of that money and buy one property,
house,
I could have used all of that money and split it up and buy 5 houses.
Okay.
And by now, them probably would have paid off already, and I would have had 5 houses.
Right.
So that's what I mean. When I feel like that was one of my biggest mistakes. You take cash and buy a house.
All right. Well,
but like Shaggy and them people, they can do it. You know?
Yeah.
You just tell the people there.
All right, so we talk about influence, we talk about business, we talk a little bit about ownership, and now we want to hear from the audience members. We're going to do a quick question and answer. We have it organized, we have microphones and stuff for the people. Phase 3, always stay. Yeah? All right, anybody have any questions for anybody on the panel? You can step forward right now and ask your question. Yes, Natty, a long time you want to ask a question. It can't be too long though, you know, Natty. You have to make it concise. We can get him a mic so everybody can hear him. So everybody can look like Natty. I got drop a gem, you know. Eh? Yeah, but Natty, make sure say it's to the topic we are dealing with, you know. We don't want to go too far outside of the
Short and spicy.
Short and spicy. Make it, yeah.
Hear this. You talk to reggae. This is Reggae David, the black heart of Jamaica. Obama.
I don't like where you're starting, Natty.
No, I don't like. This is what I say. He come down here and him say, Wagwan Jamaica. Did he get an answer? Wagwan down here. Drugs. One kill herb. That's a go on down here, you know. I'm wanting message to reach the White House. I said, we're there. To unite. You understand? Who no call drugs? Good.
Natty, ask a question to the panel right now.
Yes.
Don't give a statement.
Yes.
Ask a question.
What is the meaning of reggae? The reality. Because saying reggae is theoretical. What is the reality of reggae? The practical. Saying reggae is theoretical. But what is the practical of reggae?
Shaggy, you're probably the best person at the room.
Shaggy, come on.
Arville, he's asking you a question, Arville.
What is the meaning of reggae?
Yeah, man, he's asking you a question. Want to give Shaggy a mic,
Now, my take on reggae is a different thing from probably others, right? To some people, you might look at reggae as an art form or as a source of entertainment. For somebody like me who born and live in Jamaica, reggae is a lifestyle. It's a way of life for me. See, it's what I've been raised on. It's a culture, right? And it is probably, in my opinion, our biggest export. And the best thing that identifies brand Jamaica to me, right? Other people might argue it on the line, but that is what it is to me. Reggae for me is a way of life. So the rest might disagree with me. Yeah. All right. And it is relative. Yeah. Black art is reggae. Somebody take a mic. Yeah. 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 And in saying that, imagine that. You say that means ownership. All right. Think about how much reggae artists don't have ownership. Yes, but how much people don't have ownership? How much reggae artists don't have ownership? And this is what it is for. And you own that? Yes. Yes. Birthright. No, you thought. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
All right, Natty, give thanks. We are going a little off topic. So we are going.
No, that is why we love IMC, you know. Only for opinion. And it opens discussion. So that is go. I want to say one point, very important point, where you say, really struck a nerve where you say, you cannot save your way to wealth. That is 100%. Nobody not get rich or safe. Right? You get rich by investing, and that's why financial literacy is a very, very important part of the business of music. Also, it is very important. And Spice and I, we have had multiple discussions where that was concerned. And like the first time she looked at me and told me she buy a house cash, I look at her and say, "What?" You know. And we have had these discussions. You know, so it is very, very important. And Spice there today, so anybody can go up to her and have conversation about it and start, because the financial literacy is a big, big part come up. See, me drop my roll. So that is it. Very great decision. Anybody else will come with question, because I don't want to just hold up. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to ask Noah. I wanted to ask Noah questions about acting. How do you find ideas, maybe, or how do you keep motivation, like even if you post and you're not doing well, or find agencies to sign you or places to do it in the island?
So with that, because acting to me is like, I didn't know I could really act until somebody come up to me and offer me to do a movie, and the script that they gave me and the role, I wasn't supposed to play that role until I read the script, and them say, all right, I see something in you as an entertainer. So I did that. Then the social media start doing the acting, people seeing it and liking it. But it's not everything you post, you're going to see traction on it. You understand? And you can't be discouraged by that. You understand? You just got to keep going and keep coming up with more information, more stuff to post. If you have a friend, somebody who do the same thing, you can ask them sometime, like, give me an idea of a video to do. You understand? And you don't know who might see it and like your stuff and just want to sign you or want you to do a commercial or whatever, and you can gain from it in different ways. So you just got to just keep going, just keep doing your stuff. Don't be discouraged. Whatever you put up, if it don't get 100 or 1,000 likes, don't get discouraged. Just keep going, because one of them are going to stick off one day where you don't know it might just change your life. Anybody else?
I'd like to elaborate on that question a little bit further, only because I see that she's young, and she's asking about, like, how do you know what type of videos to post and what was the question? How do you know what type of videos to post and certain types of things? One of my favorite things on social media, especially on Instagram, is the thing called Insight. And what the Insight does, it shows you how many likes, comments you get on a particular video, what region you're getting them from, like what country, where the people them come from and stuff like that. I think when you use your Insight, that can also help you, because it will tell you, say, okay, that person like my video from New York. Wait, me have somebody in New York. We can do one content about something about New York then. So I think when you go in your back end on the Insight, I think you can use that to help you to know what people like the most, to see why they like it and where they're coming from and stuff like that. I think that can help you to know what type of video to make.
Analytics and metrics is your best friend.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have a question.
Big up yourself, Shaggy. Big up all who made this moment possible. My name is Medison. I'm a multiple Grammy-winning songwriter. I currently have a song on the road with Barry Simon and Jesse Royal named Born in Jamaica that just went to 1 million views on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But I have a question today about mental health and self-care as it relates to social media. Big up yourself, Becca. Mr. True and Miss Hamilton in particular, you know, I've grown up with your music. I've watched you evolve from very well-known artists into influencers who are known not only for the music, but obviously reality television, for your family life, for your spiritual life, so many aspects that you bring to the table. And like Becca was saying, in order to remain relevant in the algorithm, there are these expectations of a certain amount of output, but you're also human beings. You know, you have to sleep a certain amount, you have to take care of your vessel, take care of your spiritual life, all these other things. How do you balance your self-care with the expectations of the public and the algorithm?
Well, good question. So, with my platform, my main platform, Meet the Mitchells, we have a formula where we just be ourselves. We don't put on, we don't fake it, we don't script content. So we can be consistent without putting in too much blood, sweat, and tears into idea where I think about how to fake it to look like this or look like that. We just keep it natural, and that helps me to keep my peace of mind, and it allows me, because it is content that is there for us every day. It's just our real life. It doesn't feel burdensome to churn out that content on a weekly, daily, consistent basis. So that is how I kind of take the weight off of thinking, what am I going to do for create? What am I going to do for, you know what I mean, entertain them people? We just are an extension of ourselves in it. And by virtue of that, we are entertainers. We make people laugh, we make people smile, make people cry. You know what I mean? It's just real life for us. So that is one of my methods to cope with a busy schedule and putting out as much content as we want to and be as consistent as possible.
Yeah, I would add to that as well, like scheduling it all. So scheduling posts ahead of time so that you're not just in the moment on the day being like, oh, what we're going to post today. It's like scheduling like weeks in advance. Make a spreadsheet for that. And then also scheduling your self-care. That's what I do. That's what I have to do now, is I have to book in. Am I going to talk to a therapist? Am I going to do some yoga? Am I going to meditate? Like, I put all those things on my to-do list every single day so that I can tick it off, get that dopamine hit, and make sure that I'm like looking after myself at the same time. Because there was a long period of time where I wasn't doing that, and it did affect my mental health. So now, even things like putting a block on Instagram first thing in the morning so that I don't go on it as soon as I wake up. I'm not allowed on it for the first 2 hours of the day, so that, I've got an app, it's called Opal, if anyone wants to try it, and it literally doesn't let you go on it. So limiting the amount of time I'm on social media, getting ahead of time by scheduling it all, and then making sure that I'm looking after myself by physically writing it into my schedule each week and every day.
To answer your question, when you mentioned that, just that word, that topic, mental health, that is a very serious case, situation. However, we want to look at it and label it. I, too, went to a crisis where I feel like I was going through a mental health. And the reason I felt like that, because there was a season in my career where I felt targeted. I felt like everybody was picking on me. But what I didn't know was that it comes with being the head of the game. So when you have clout and when you reach a certain level, everybody feel like, oh, me I call Spice name because she got answer. Me I call Spice name because of this and because of that. But there was a season in my career, and I don't know if people can remember, when I just dip on social media, cuss and I answer people. That was mentally draining for me, because at the end of the day, I'm human first. But what I noticed, and this is something that I've also discussed with Shaggy before, because people know the problems I go through, because I come on social media, come talk about it. If somebody call me name, me I go wake up and answer. I may go cuss, I may go on bad, I may go talk, I may go this, I may go that. And then it label me as, oh, she always a cuss somebody. That no means that somebody like Shaggy no go through problems. It's just that we not hear about it, because I'm not come out, come cuss, no. So there's a different... Well, no, I come talk about me, no. So there's a difference. So what I learned to do was to strengthen my mind mentally. And I'm a woman, so what works for me is going to probably be different for you. So when me read the comment them, something boil up in my belly. I want to answer, I want to cuss, I want to go back or talk and this and that. But I've learned to come at peace with myself and accepting that being an influencer or being popular comes with it. It comes with different opinions. It comes with people attacking you or people voicing their different opinions and stuff. So it's just you within your personal self is going to strengthen your mind to learn how to deal with certain things, how to cope with them and stuff. I'm a dancehall artist and people know the type of songs that I sing, but my favorite genre is gospel. And what I realize is when I put on gospel music, it soothes my mind. It does something to me. It brings me peace because I'm such a godly woman. Then it reminds me that Grace, calm down. You don't have to go cuss today. And so I started to do that more repeatedly, and that has helped me tremendously mentally. That's why I don't see me a cuss so long. And a long time I don't see me a cuss, no?
Yeah.
Right. So that is really what I did to kind of help me mentally, to cope with social media, public criticisms, and opinions. And I just feel like you can personally find something within yourself, not just him who answered the question, but you out there, just find something that brings you peace and try to do that more often. Yeah. And I think that can help you mentally.
All right. I don't know if we have, I don't know if we have time for one more question. Do we have time for one more question? No? All right. Okay. Big up to Minister Babsy Grange who just stepped into the building. Give her a round of applause, please. All right, guys. So, I know I learned something from today. In closing, I can say influence can open doors, but entrepreneurship is what really going to build a house. Today we heard that followers alone are not the goal. Ownership is the actual end game. Because platforms can disappear, but business is last. So let's give our panel a round of applause, please. Yeah. We had a good reasoning today. And on to the next. IMC start good, man. I lie. The place look away, chairman. Place around, you know. Yeah, man. Big up Judith, Sharon, everybody who is working hard to make IMC stronger and stronger every year. All right, big up on yourself. Thanks for being a live audience. We're giving yourself a round of applause.
This has been Links 007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.